Welcome to Endgame Finance. Today, guys, we're talking about Rivian. Rivian is racing towards profitability. As we see here in an interview from the Rivian CFO, Claire, she says material costs are coming down drastically, and this all means production costs for Rivian are going down, and Rivian is racing towards profitability. Rivian will benefit late this year and in 2024 from significant deflation for battery material prices. Basically, this means that bottlenecks that Rivian was facing from the pandemic are pretty much done. They're over. Costs are coming down. Prices of lithium have decreased. Basically, overall materials for producing Rivian vehicles are going down and will continue to go down drastically. This all means that Rivian is actually racing towards profitability. Prices for raw materials used in batteries surged to a record high in recent years on the huge demand for EVs coupled with tight supplies due to pandemic that were exacerbated by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So basically, Rivian was hit with a perfect storm. All of their costs increased, all of their suppliers faced bottlenecks, all of their raw materials were impacted by the war in Europe. However, Rivian management actually was able to navigate through all of this. It's just a testament to how good Rivian management really is. They did not give up, they basically did not falter under pressure, they just kept producing and moving forward. So every single other EV is seeing decline in demand for their vehicles except for Rivian and Tesla. And this is only true for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. All their other models are really impacted by this slump in demand. We also saw this with Ford. Ford had to reduce prices on pretty much all of their EVs, on their F-150 Lightning as well as their Mustangs. However, this has not impacted Rivian, and Rivian is benefiting from this because demand for lithium from these other guys has caused prices to drop, and if prices of lithium drop, it becomes much easier for Rivian to manufacture their batteries that go into the vehicles. Batteries are one of the main costs, one of the main components, and one of the biggest costs of producing EVs. Now here's also some of the few points that Rivian CFO really touched on during this conference. There's a huge backlog of R1S orders, which also happens to be the vehicle that brings the company the highest profit margins. So the most profitable vehicle that Rivian produces is the one that customers want the most. This is a pretty good deal. R2, the next generation of Rivian vehicles, the next generation of pickup and SUVs is expected to cost between $40,000 and $60,000. So if you buy a base model for $40,000, you can pretty much get a federal credit on this for $7,500, maybe even an additional $7,500 if you live in a state like California. So you'll be able to get an electric SUV for around $25,000 to $30,000 after all the rebates. Consider this when you look at the gas prices currently. Gas prices in some places are $5 to $6 per gallon. So it's significantly cheaper now to drive an electric vehicle, and it's also becoming significantly cheaper to own an EV. Electric delivery vans are also starting to be exported to Europe. This is helping tremendously with logistic planning for further R1S and R1T deliveries into Europe. Once those start, demand is just off the hook for this company. Once Europe is online, once Australia is online, once Asia is online, these guys will not be able to produce enough units. These guys will be pushing out 200,000, 300,000 units every single year, and that will still probably not satisfy demand until the end of this decade, if not further. Rivian has 40 service centers, and it's adding another 20 centers before the year ends. It was pretty good for a new company to have 60 service centers. They don't have too many vehicles in circulation yet. However, they're ramping up this in preparation for massive rollout of their R1S and R1Ts nationally. Also 250 mobile service vans which deal with 50% of the repair requests. Now I believe these are mostly Rivian's electric delivery vans, so they have retrofitted these vans to be a service center on wheels. You just give them a call, these guys roll up to your house and they pretty much fix anything that can be fixed on site. Now, NEVI funding will help Rivian to continue expanding into high power Rivian Adventure Network. This means that basically government is subsidizing the entire production, or nearly the entire production, of Rivian charging stations. So Rivian is going to roll out hundreds, if not thousands, of charging stations in the next few years, and majority of these will be funded by the government. So this is pure margin profit for Rivian, because they don't have costs to unroll these charging stations. However, they will be pocketing a lot of money by charging people to use their stations, by charging not only Rivian drivers, but all EV drivers, Tesla, Ford, pretty much everyone that's using the North American charging standards. The company is also exploring introducing premium software options that might require subscriptions, and advanced driver assist systems brings in good profits, and EV maker will focus on this as well. So Rivian is sort of looking to monetize their self-driving, or their self-driving assist computer, something similar to what Tesla has done when they charge for their autopilot. Rivian is looking to somehow monetize their own version of autopilot. And now this is in infant stages for Rivian. However, once they started having more vehicles on the road, once they develop the software even more, this will also just bring in so much cash, because software is pure margin. So pretty much everything is looking up for Rivian. Their profitability is coming very soon. Their material costs, their production costs, everything is going down. Meanwhile, their margins are going up, and it will be aided by their software development, by their charging network infrastructure, and pretty much everything is aligning for Rivian. So that's a quick update on Rivian, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know below. And guys, subscribe, like, and share, and as always, just have a great day.